As we enjoyed another bank holiday this month, we also saw some huge coins being issued.
That's right, there were 2 coin series that concluded with the issue of the Winnie the Pooh and Friends 50p and the Commonwealth £5 coin as well.
And with an updated scarcity index and a recent cash census report, we have plenty of news to update you on.
So let's get stuck in. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Alex, and this is your Change Checker newsletter for August. This month, we saw the Winnie the Pooh 50p collection conclude with 2 50p's issued. Now, of course, the first was Kangaroo, and then the final one was the Winnie the Pooh and Friends 50p. Now, both of these coins are absolutely fantastic and so popular.
Yeah, they have been incredibly popular, and to think that we saw the very first ones in the series released all the way back in 2020, and now the series has come to an end, so there are 9 coins in total. But you know what? I think some of these ones have been absolutely incredible. They've really captured the imagination of collectors and of Winnie the Pooh fans themselves. But for me, the final coin has got to be the standout one.
Yeah, I know that's your favourite. I can understand why. It's a really beautiful design. And having actually some of the key, characters from the books and throughout the coin series, actually, they've been some of the best sellers, the characters that we see featured on the design. So to have them all in one coin, it really is the perfect one. And if you haven't got any of them, that's probably the one that you're going to want to get.
Yeah, it's a nice celebration, isn't it, of the whole series. And in fact, every coin in the series also features a small little bumblebee floating across the coin. It kind of unifies all of them, which is really nice. So I think this is a really great design, but like you say, we had Kangaroo as well, released at the start of the month. Now, excitingly, we actually went live for the final coin and we gave away 2 of the coins to lucky winners, but we also had a really big giveaway where we had all 9 coins in the series with a really cute Winnie the Pooh fluffy toy as well, didn't we?
It's an amazing prize. I think probably one of our biggest giveaway prizes that we've done on YouTube so far. How exciting. What a perfect roundup to the series.
It really is.
Can you imagine winning that?
Oh, I know. And especially with the fluffy toy as well. It's a really lovely way to sort of add that into your collection as well. But if you have any gaps in your collection, we do still have all the coins available, which is pretty special because the 2020 ones are actually no longer available at the Royal Mint. But you can get them in Change Checker brilliant uncirculated quality, so they are available if you do need to fill your gaps. We also have a link in the description box below where we've got a blog with all the information about how you can fill the gaps in your collection and everything you need to know really about what has been such a popular coin series, the Winnie the Pooh 50p's.
It has been so popular, and each year we've kind of done a vote for your favourite from that year's series, but it's so great now that we can have our blog, which is a vote for your favourite from the complete series. So choice of 9 coins, that's going to be really tricky for people to do, but yeah, like Rachel said, it's a perfect chance to fill the gaps in your Winnie the Pooh 50p collection because sadly, it's come to an end now. No more coins. So now is the chance to get them whilst you can, so using the link in the description box below with prices starting from just £4.99.
So next up, we saw another coin series come to an end. It's not been quite as long, this one, not as long as Winnie the Pooh anyway, but we have seen 3 new £5 coins released this year, and they've been celebrating Her Majesty's 70-year reign. Now, excitingly, these are actually the first ever UK coins to include the Queen's signature. That's a unifying feature across every coin in the collection, and I think they look stunning, especially when you see them side by side.
Yeah, they all make for a fantastic collection. Like you say, when you have them all together and that signature is tying them in, they just look beautiful. So we saw the first coin issued a couple of months ago, and that celebrated Her Majesty's honours and investitures, with the second coin then celebrating her charity and patronage, and of course this final coin, which was issued earlier this month, celebrates the Commonwealth nations. Now I love this coin because it features the flags from the countries within the Commonwealth nations, which is a lovely touching tribute to, like you said, that 70-year reign that she's had over all of us. It's absolutely stunning.
Really incredible. Her reign has been absolutely remarkable. What a way to celebrate it, and especially this year where we've seen so many Platinum Jubilee commemoratives and coins, including that 50p and that £5 coin, both of which sold out of precious metal specs at the Royal Mint within just hours. It's so popular. So I think this really is the year for those royal themed collectibles, and collectors have really been after these coins. A set of 3 together, it's just a really lovely way to celebrate Her Majesty's incredible reign.
Yeah, exactly. They have been so popular, like you said, and I think now is the time to really get your hands on royal and royalty-themed coins because, 70-year reign is absolutely magnificent, and it's really unlikely that we're ever going to see that again. Or definitely not in our generation. But now is the time to get hold of those collectibles because they could be worth something in the future. You never know. But there is a link in the description box below for you to secure all 3 of these brand new Queen's Reign £5 coins for your collection. And there's also a link to our blog where you can find out more information there. Now this month we also saw an updated Scarcity Index, which is always a very exciting time at Change Checker HQ and in the coin collecting community. And even more so exciting was this update, because we saw the Platinum Jubilee and the Pride 50p coins enter our 50p index. Now it is such an exciting time when new coins enter.
Definitely.
And because we do have those updated mintage figures, so just 2.3 million of the Platinum Jubilee 50p coins and 5 million of the Pride 50p coins, it's been really exciting to see where they've placed on our index. Definitely. It's always a good time to keep an eye on our indexes to see how they kind of move over the next coming months. But obviously our fast and steady, our Olympic 50ps, there has been a little bit of a reshuffling there too. We've seen the triathlon 50p actually jumping up 5 places. So it's now back in our top spot just beneath the Kew Gardens 50p, which is really exciting. So if you've got that in your collection, you've done really well there.
And I do wonder if it's been, you know, the Commonwealth Games we've had this year. I think lots of people have been really interested in sports, and of course whenever sporting events come around, the Olympics are the ones that everyone goes to, trying to find those 50ps. They really did kickstart the nation's love of collecting, so it's no surprise really we've seen some movements there. And like I say, with the 2 new ones coming in, I mean, with the Platinum Jubilee one, they've set a maximum mintage of 5,070,000, which is still really, really low. But at the moment, at just 2.3 million, I think, you know, if you have found one, then you are incredibly lucky. But we also had a special 50p that's kind of jumped up really impressive amount of places. In fact, it's gone up by 14 places. And that was the Paddington at the Palace 50p. And I reckon that's got to be because of the Platinum Jubilee party. Surely.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he literally had sandwiches and tea with the Queen, and we all saw it. It was a really, really special moment. And you know, we have seen the collectability of this coin rise and fall over sort of the years from 2018 when it was first issued. But this is now a perfect chance to get your hands on it, because we all will remember that moment on national television for years to come. So there's no surprises why Change Checkers have been on the hunt for this coin, and jumping 14 places, like you say, that's
really impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really impressive. Of course, there are also some other big movers. So let's take a look at our A to Z 10p index, where the Robin 10p is now at the top. Now, just 284,000 of those were issued across 2018 and 2019. So that's an incredibly small number. If you think about the Kew Gardens 50p, just 210,000 of those were issued into circulation. That is the UK's rarest 50p. This 10p is nearly as rare.
Yeah, and they were like gold dust, I think. You know, when you think back to when they were first released, everyone was trying to find those coins straight away. And I think it's been really hard. Well, certainly for us down here, we've really struggled to find many of them. The Robin 10p is one of my favourite ones, obviously R for Rachel, R for Robin, so I'm still looking out for that one, but considering it is on the top of the index, I think it's going to be pretty tough to try and track it down.
I really think it is, but it has got some of the other 10p's kind of chasing after its tail, because the Fish and Chips 10p is climbed by 8, which I'm pretty sure is to do with all the lovely weather that we've been having recently. Now, I can imagine a lot of people been sat on the beach having their fish and chips in the sunshine, so there's no surprise that the Fish and Chips 10p has also climbed up in popularity. It really makes sense. But our £2 index has also seen a massive shake-up. Now, only 3 coins have stayed in the same spot, with the wireless transmission of all coins actually being one of the bigger movers, which climbed by 14 places. So yeah, it's quite interesting. I mean, I think it was about 4.5 million of those went into circulation, so you've done pretty well if you found one, but by moving 14 places, it's really interesting.
That is a lot, isn't it? Well, I mean, we've had the Alexander Graham Bell £2 release recently, and that's sort of a science-themed £2 coin, which we've not seen one for a while, and obviously the wireless transmission is of the same vein, so perhaps it's got people a bit more interested in that sort of theme for collecting £2 coins. Yeah,
that's a really good point actually. So that's always interesting, isn't it? Even if a coin doesn't go into circulation, you can consider how that might affect where
the coins are already out there.
Exactly, that's a really good point. Yeah, one to consider. But if you want to see the full Scarcity Index and find out just how sought after the coins in your own collections are, do head to our blog using the link in the description box below.
So this month we had a video all about the cash census. Now this is a piece of research that explores the use of cash in current society, and the great news that we found from this report is that actually 96% of people interviewed said that they actually withdrew cash at some frequency. So cash is still being used, perhaps a lot more than some of us would have thought before.
Yeah, that's actually really good news, because I think, you know, we went through that whole period of time after COVID-19 where we were being advised to maybe stay away from cash. So it's really interesting to now see that 96% of people that were interviewed are still, using it like quite a frequency. But 2/3 of people interviewed also withdrew cash at least once a month. So that's really regular. That is quite a lot. So it's been really interesting to see that. And of course, also the cash census does give us an indication of the areas in the UK that are the biggest cash users. So we've seen the North East, Yorkshire and Humberside, West Midlands, Wales, and the North West, which are all cash dependent areas, meaning more cash is likely to be used there versus digital payments. So if you are a change checker in those areas, then do let us know, because you've probably got a greater chance of finding some great coins in your change.
And if you're on a UK staycation, perhaps you're visiting those areas, perhaps you are more likely to be able to find some different coins in your change as well. But of course, in order to do that, you do need to be using cash. I think that's why this report has been so enlightening, actually, because we see that a lot of people are still using it. We do have access to a lot of cash that's being used, so hopefully more chances to find those coins in your change. But did you also know that 1/3 of Londoners are cash keepers as well, which I think you perhaps consider nowadays most people are using digital payments, but no, in fact, 1/3 of Londoners. So even if you are in the capital city, lots of chances to be finding different coins in your change.
Now, if you do want to head over to our YouTube channel to watch our full video and all the information on the latest cash census, then you can do so by using the link in the description box below. So with lots of news and new issues, it has been hard to pick a favourite moment for the past 4 weeks, but what's been yours?
You know what, for me, I think it's got to be the Winnie the Pooh 50p collection. You know, this is the final coin, and it is so special because it rounds up over 3 years of exciting coin collecting. But what about you?
I agree. I think that the Winnie the Pooh 50p coins are obviously very special, but I think for me it's got to be the Scarcity Index. You know, it's always such an exciting time for us seeing how sought after our coins really are, so I always love doing that one.
And there were some really huge movers on it as well. So I think, you know, you are right. It was a very special and a big update this time.
It was very big. But now, if you don't want to miss out on future updates and news from us, then be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn your notifications on.
And if you've been listening on the podcast, thank you so much. And we'd be really, really grateful if you could give us a 5-star review, and make sure you hit the follow button, as it really helps us out.
Otherwise, we'll see you all next time, where we'll be reporting on all the latest from the month of September.
See you then. Every time I nod.
Let's stop now.
Stopped.
It's my head. I can move my body and nothing.
So, so with lots of news and new issues, it has been hard to pick a favourite moment for the past 4 weeks.
Maybe we should just stand up.